Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, LarryWBrooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, LarryWBrooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Good day. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in the city of Houston, I invite you to reach out to me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here this week with you, and we have a really exciting show lined up for you all this week. First thing, if you're checking us out live on YouTube, I invite you to get involved in today's show. Leave myself and the Texas Real Estate King a relevant real estate question or comment in the comment section. And you never know, we may very well have an opportunity to address your question on today's show. As always, let me take some time to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, he's a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, and a proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. I want to thank him so much for sitting in this week with us on the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. And I'd like to introduce to everyone in the audience, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. LarryWBrooks. How you doing? Hey, unmute yourself, Larry.
All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Even I did get a little excited, man. I think the last time we did the show, we said we was gonna get back with the people a little bit about that game, you know. And
man, that was hardcore, man. That was tough. Hey, look, man. First thing though, man. I see you rocking and representing the Brooks and Davis real estate firm.
Yeah.
Hooded sweatshirt, man. That's real ill, man. So nice to know that Brooks and Davis, new merch line that we getting out there, man. So that's real ill, man. Appreciate you for representing.
Shout out to the fam. Shout out to the visionary Jay Joseph, man, our top producer, man. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that.
Hey, look, man. So it's good to see you this week, man. How's everything been going, man? How has this week been unfolding for the Texas Real Estate King? Look, nice to know you're in a sunny locale, man. It's good. Everybody still bouncing back from the freeze. So what's been going on with you?
Yeah, man. Just a little, just had to jump on the bird a little bit, experience something a little different just for a moment, but not too long. And this has been a good week, man. Listen, you start your week off with the Texans getting into the second round of the playoffs and looking good doing it, man. Look, you can't ask for nothing else other than that, man, other than to going to the third round. That's it.
Hey, look, man, big, huge shout out to everybody in Houston, all the Texans fans. Man, I know how exciting it is when it's football season and things going your way. And, it's really cool for 2024 to start off on such a good foot for everybody here in the local area, man. So that just brings me to, what we're going to talk about today on this episode of the Prime Real Estate Network. Yeah. We at that part of the year where everybody has formulated their New Year's resolutions, getting vision boards together. We setting goals for the first part of the new year, man. So for you personally, have you established or set any New Year's resolutions for yourself? What are they? And what are some of the resolutions that you've had in the past that you've actually had the opportunity to work towards and actually find out and cross that goal line?
Yeah, man. I mean, Rick, it's crazy because I never really look at resolutions as resolutions. As much as I do is about setting setting a goal and making sure that I'm executing towards that goal on a weekly, monthly basis. So for me, I guess I could honestly just saying the vision of wanting growth around me, not only for myself but for my friends and stuff like that. So that's been my vision right now is financial goals being reached for people around me, myself, the team, and stuff like that. So those are the goals that we put in place, and of course there's tangible numbers and visions that go behind those. And in the past, those have been some of the exact same things. And to be here with you today and have that conversation means that I've hit those goals, hit those opportunities, and we've been successful at those things. So again, that's why we celebrating 15 years at 16 years. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
Hey, look, man, and then thank you so much for that alley oop, man, because I definitely want to invite everybody in the audience because tomorrow is Friday, man. Brooks and
Yeah.
Davis real estate firm is celebrating their 15-year anniversary.
Hmm.
So tap in to the Texas Real Estate King on IG. You can follow me on Instagram as well, and we'll be sharing that information. All the locales, man, everybody's invited. We've been talking about it the past few weeks.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's the day. When we talk about New Year's and setting goals, it's amazing how your professional goals can interact with some of the goals that you may have as far as your personal health, eating
Hmm.
better, losing weight, getting in shape. And that leads us into what our guest this week is going to talk to our audience about. So, Larry, could you share with our audience a little bit about how you were introduced to today's guest,
Yeah.
how you were able to get her to commit to sitting in with us, and how you were networking and how you were connected with the person we're going to have on this week?
Yeah, like I said, man, I believe in relationship currencies. And one of the things that I always say when I visit Champion School of Real Estate, is that I'm always a resource to you. Like, even though you may not choose to move forward with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, whatever your lifestyle looks like when it comes to this entrepreneur real estate space, I'm always a connection for you. So always feel free to keep in touch. And so this is one of those scenarios. I went and spoke at Champions on the West Side quite a few years back. And this young lady was getting her license and met her. We exchanged information, kept in contact, and as she's grown in the entrepreneur space and in her other businesses and in the real estate space, man, just been able to reach out to her and just say, I need you to be a part of the platform. I want the exposure that I see you out there doing with other people. I want to be able to provide my connection and connections, your value as well. So she was very kind on accepting and stepping up and being there for us today with other obligations in place, man. So I'm kind of cool for that.
Now, let me not waste any more time. Let me introduce this week's guest. She is not only a highly successful realtor, she's also a certified personal trainer. She's an author, she's an entrepreneur, she's a mentor and an educator. I want to thank her so much for sitting in with us this week. And I'd like to introduce to the Prime Real Estate Network audience, Miss MarSha Joseph. How are you?
Trying to figure that mic back out again. Marsha, check that mic again. There we go. Oh, it went back out.
Okay, we're still muted, MarSha. No, we still can't hear you, unfortunately.
Do whatever that was you did last time. That was a magic trick. It worked. Uh-uh.
No, still can't hear you.
Try going out and coming back in. Let's see how they go. Oh, I keep hearing something. I thought that was you, Rick.
No. Okay. So what we'll do, Larry, is
Yeah,
we have Miss Joseph backstage while she gets the audio thing taken care of, man.
no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to take a little time, man, just to reflect. We were just talking about the 15-year anniversary celebration
Hmm.
tomorrow. When you think about the past 15 years as far as real estate, business building, being a broker, what are
Hmm.
some of the things that you've noticed that have evolved in the industry in the last 15 years, outside
Hmm.
of just the importance of social media and that
Mm.
outlet as far as marketing?
Well, yeah, man, I would. That's a huge part of it, though, right? Like the social media growth has allowed the industry experts to grow as well, or presumable industry experts, because so many people became exposed to real estate, and not only as a buy and flipper, but they became exposed to real estate as, oh, that's the person that helps people buy, sell homes. That's the sign. That's the Brooks and Davis sign in the yard. That's the Arvo sign that's in the on the commercial buildings. And so people started to, it's grown. I've seen it grown. I've seen, honestly, more people that look like us in more of the rooms that I'm in now. So, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the resource of the industry and the growth of it. As long as we continue to keep the professionalism of it up, and we continue to have like-minded people get into the business, because people want to love. Some people are great test takers, but when they get out here and get to work in this thing, it ain't the same.
One of the things I've always wanted to talk to you about, Larry, and I've never really had a chance to ask you on the show, is how have you noticed the buying public and the consumers being more comfortable working with party websites as far as real estate is concerned? Because when I think back to 15 years ago, they didn't have third-party websites like a Zillow that people felt comfortable doing real estate transactions with without having face-to-face interaction with a real live licensed real estate professional. How have you seen that aspect, the third-party opportunities for people to do things with websites and different companies? How have you seen that affect the industry in the last 15 years?
Here's my thought on it, and I'll put it out there very simply for everyone. I think that you need a human reality of a body of a real estate broker or real estate agent to really deal with, because they're looking out for your personal best interests. It's not stretched across, because a lot of times what people don't do is, when it comes to some of those sites, there's more fees involved than it is the real estate commission. People don't know. If you don't know how to do the math, you don't know how to do the math. You think because you don't see commission that you paying less, and you're not. So when it comes to those new third-party sites, that's the only thing I would say about it. Now, does it give people an opportunity to maybe see more properties? Maybe, but for the most part, realtors still are the ones on the front line that have access to it and their negotiating skills to get the best deals. So I like that they're out there. They do a great job at marketing, and they're great marketing companies, but actually being a strong resource for people that I don't know if they're a safety net.
And that's the thing about it that's interesting, because I would advise everyone to check out that fine print and look at the fees that go along with it. From my experience working with people who work with the sites, dealing with the sites myself, doing some due diligence to see what it is that they're actually offering. I think, like to your point, a lot of the fees and the miscellaneous fees that kind of get lost in the fine print is what a lot of those in the consumer base isn't necessarily considering when they're trying to make an apples to apples comparison between doing it themselves and working with a professional. But I would definitely urge all those first-time buyers, those who are getting into real estate investment for the first time, to definitely take advantage of the Realtor as a resource. Not to say that you can't use these third-party websites and these different vendors, but I think that would be more useful for those that are more seasoned.
That can really interpret that language. That can really break down and reinterpret that language for you, because a lot of times you just not seeing the fees because it's covered up as a cleaning fee. Well, 3% cleaning fee is a lot. You know what I mean? So, so it's always covered up under things like that. But definitely, we're in a market that people should be identifying things to buy. Even in the commercial space, man, the commercial space has been really getting beat up with so much occupancy rate. But if I'm a person that's looking to purchase a building or get into or find me new lease space, it's an ideal time, because you got these people that are willing to negotiate to have their space occupied so that they're able to cover their mortgages and they're not losing their commercial properties to back to the bank. So I think that's ideal when it comes to commercial. Right now, if you're able to buy, it's time to buy.
Absolutely, man. And it's just amazing how quickly we're in 2024, and it just seems like just a blink of an eye ago, it was 2010, 2008, 2009. And you have a long-standing relationship with Champion School of Real Estate. And in the past 15 years, you've seen many graduate class come through Champion School of Real Estate. You've had the chance to meet with hundreds and hundreds of newly licensed real estate professionals. How have you seen the wants and needs of those newly licensed evolve in the last 15 years?
Yeah.
because you've been seeing these students come through for the
Yeah.
entire time. And as
Yeah.
they come to you as a broker, as a resource, as a
Yeah.
mentor, what kind of things have you seen change as far as the questions they ask and what they're
Yeah.
looking for from someone like you?
Yeah, man. I think they definitely communicating.
Hi.
Hey,
They
we
just
got you back.
introduced me again and I can't hear you guys.
Oh, you can't
Can
hear
y'all
us
hear
now?
me?
We can hear
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Because I can't hear you.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
wow.
What you pressed that
Yeah, I
time?
can't hear you now. I don't know what's
Okay.
going on.
But yeah, man, I wonder the things that I've noticed that people really need when it comes to real estate, the ones that get into this industry and knock it out the ballpark, those are the ones that actively participate in coaching and training, right? Like
Right.
having a coach is everything in this business because having a coach, you get met in a position where you are. It's not about, oh, I came in with 17 people and I got to learn as fast as these 17 people. No, you come in, you get a coach. Your coach is mentoring you. Well, with Brooks and Davis, your coach is mentoring you on a weekly basis about strategies or your mindset when it comes to closing transactions, going out and meeting new people. Like maybe you're shy, maybe you just don't have the right. You don't know what that skill set it takes in order to build a conversation with a total stranger, or maybe you feel uncomfortable even letting your family know that you're in real estate, although you know that you went through all of the training that makes sense. You just need a coach sometimes to help you put those strategies in place. And then on top of that, we throw in a mentor when it comes to Brooks today. We throw in a mentor for you, and that mentor is going to be there when you got those tough questions in the middle of the night while you're doing your contract, or if you need to know how to properly go out and do an open house, properly go out and show your first client. Those are the things that mentor going to step in for you. And then, of course, you knock it out the ballpark by having a bunch of training in place, man. So on a weekly basis, 2 to 3 times a week, we got opportunities for people to be trained up and grow their knowledge base. And now we dropped a new community, our World Changers community, and so that gives people an opportunity to also tie into other entrepreneur space and entrepreneur mindset they may have. Yep.
Perfect.
Marsha, can you hear us?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you.
we rocking and rolling, man. Let's roll. Let's move
Yeah.
forward.
Finally.
We there.
Okay.
No, no. I want to reintroduce. On the screen, you all are seeing not only a realtor, a certified personal trainer, a health and wellness expert, mentor, and entrepreneur, Ms. Marsha Joseph. Thank you for sitting in with us this morning, Queen.
Mhm.
How are you?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. We had some technical difficulties there getting in, but we're here now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, no. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you sitting in with us. I've been looking so forward to this interview all week because today's episode for our viewers will be entitled New Year, New You.
Hmm.
How to turn those dreams and goals and New Year's resolutions into actual production and results. And
Hmm.
we and Larry and I both thought there would be no one better to have on this week than you. Someone who is not only experienced in the entrepreneurial space, the real estate space, but
Hmm.
also can tie in that health and wellness for a full 360 perspective. So thank you so much for sitting in.
Yeah. And even as we go forward to that, I want to say, I want you to let your daughter know that we appreciate her sharing her time with us today.
Okay.
You know what I mean? See,
Hey,
see, see. Sometimes in the entrepreneur space, we understand things come up, and in our lines of work, our kids come first when in a lot of things that we do. So I just
Yeah.
appreciate you taking time, to have one hand doing that and another hand holding that phone. We appreciate you. Hey, we know. Yeah,
Yes. Well, I am very thankful for her, and I wanted to support her
yeah,
business ventures. She decided
yeah,
to come to nail tech school, and she does an amazing job. I don't even wear nails because I
yeah.
use my hands all the time, lifting weights, training people, and making the jewelry that I make. And
Yeah.
she's like, "No, mom, you're gonna start wearing nails." So I'm here.
No
now,
doubt.
now, Marche,
Hmm.
mentioned
Yeah.
how you're training, you're making jewelry, you're building businesses, you're mentoring, and all that good stuff. First thing, has your phone, has your DMs, has your email um, become a lot more busy in the new year with all of the people who want to start new businesses, grow their business, or want to take their personal fitness journey to the next level?
Yes, as we all know, people set New Year's intentions and resolutions, and that causes the phone to ring off the hook. So yes, my phone has been blowing up with people that want to start training. They want to start collaborating with different classes. So I'm super excited about what the future holds.
How surprised are those clients that reach out to you when they learn that you're able to mentor them not only as far as their health and wellness journey, but you also are very insightful as far as business building, entrepreneurial ventures, as well as real estate transactions? Because Larry and I talk a lot about how important it is for you to have a clear mind, strong, sound body, and how that works hand in hand with your businesses flourishing and you be able to better serve your clients as a professional.
Your question is, how surprised are they?
Yes.
They're very surprised with the being able to me balancing everything.
Man.
Balance is highly important. I always recommend that you get up an extra hour early and you take that time to set your intention for the day, as well as spend some quality time with yourself. Because once you get yourself situated, then you can help everybody else. So that's my goal. That's what I always tell them when they say, how do you do all this? I make sure to take time for me.
Yeah.
It's important.
I want to talk to you a little bit about some of your outside ventures, like your jewelry company.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into that? How long have you been doing it?
So I started making jewelry back
And how does that help you get your creativity out?
How does it help what?
To get your creative out.
Oh yeah, it definitely does that. I started making jewelry in 2020, doing like around the COVID situation.
Yeah.
And when I moved back to Houston and started back training at the gym, clients saw the jewelry and they decided they wanted the waist beads and the bracelets. So I started making them, and it just turned into a huge business from there. Men asked me, could I make bracelets? And it started with the bracelets, the necklaces, and now I actually have them locate in stores. They're going to be at Prairie View's campus. They're going to be on TSU's campus. So I have a lot coming down the pipeline with my jewelry business. For me, it's a great outlet because it gives me that time to myself that I need to recollaborate my brain, to take a deep breath and allow those creations to come to pass. And it feels good when I go to an event and I see like 6 or 7 people with my jewelry on. And I'm like, oh, I made that. So I feel like everyone has a small part of me. So I love it.
That's what's up.
I'm always curious with those in the fitness industry.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get started training? Has sports and athletics always been a part of who you are?
Mm-hmm.
And for those who want to get involved in starting a training regimen, what advice can you give those that are getting started for the first time? January is the first month of their fitness journey. And do you have any advice to motivate them to keep up with it and stay consistent?
The first piece of advice I would give anyone is to go at your own pace. Don't worry about what the person next to you is doing or how fast they're moving. I always suggest go at your own pace and understand that everybody's journey is different. Our body mechanism is different. Like, there's no 2 body mechanisms that are the same. We all have a frame and we have to work within that frame. None of us are all going to be a size 0. So that's what I like to encourage people and tell them. The way I got started, I've always been into fitness since I was younger. Dancing is my first passion. So to stay limber and stay flexible in dancing, you have to be able to work out and lift your own body weight. So that's what pushed me into fitness. I am 46. I know I look 25, but it keeps me young. Dancing keeps me young. I drink water. I mind my own business. And the fitness is just an extra added goal that keeps me going.
Please share with our audience your IG handle, all of your websites and contact, because what I want the members of our audience to do is to be able to tap in, become a part of your movement, and use you as an inspiration and a resource to help push them forward to achieve those goals that they set for themselves. One of the things that we talk about a lot, especially in real estate, are vision boards. And illustrating your vision for yourself and putting it in a place where you can always see what you're working for. So could you just share a little bit about your IG what it is that you guys go over on your Instagram, and for those that follow you, what kind of content can they expect?
So my IG for the fitness is Carrier of the Flame, and that can be found on IG and Facebook. My IG for the jewelry is Soleil underscore customs. That's SOLAI underscore customs on IG. I'm also an author. I've written 2 books, and I'm in the process of doing a screenplay for the first book. And I just got a part in another movie, so I'm excited about that. So just a few things coming down the pipeline.
Are these things that
Yeah.
you are able to discuss on your Instagram? Is these things that if we follow you online, we'll be able to keep up with your journey?
Yes, definitely. And I'm also teaching yoga right now as well. So I'm definitely, you can find everything on my IG.
Okay, so now we have to ask, how often are these yoga classes? And how can the members of our audience that are so impressed with your story and your energy, how and when will they have the next opportunity to meet, greet, interact, or work out with you, Ms. Joseph?
Okay, so Monday, I teach stretch and flow at Glory Fitness Studio, 6 LA.
Okay. Hey, look, it's really cool that you're here. I want to thank you so much. I know how it is. We caught you in the middle of a busy Thursday. But our final question for you is this. A lot of times members of our audience ask, who motivates Larry? Who motivates ourselves? Who do we go to as mentors? So when you think back to your upbringing, were there any members of your family or close personal circle that were entrepreneurs and business owners? And if so, who or how did they serve as an inspiration and a motivator for you?
That's a loaded question right there. So the short answer,
Yeah.
the short answer I would say would be my mom. I saw my mom work a full-time job, do taxes, cook for people, take care of her family as well as her friends, be a fashion model like my mom did, and
Wow.
she didn't stop. So that's what kind of inspired me in that way to keep going, to never give up, even when times get a little bit tough, but to know that as long as you're doing something you love
Yeah.
and you're passionate about it, you'll make it. So I would say.
Okay.
I want to thank you so much, Ms. Joseph. I want to also thank your daughter for making a little time and getting on camera with us. Because look, I know she was not expecting to be on camera today, so I want to give her a huge shout out as well.
Thank you.
Hey, look, let's make sure we share her information on your IG so that people who want to get involved and meet up with her, because as she gets her business going, I'm sure that people will feel as great about her service as you do.
Definitely.
So thank you so much. If you ever need anything, we would love to have you sit back in on the show. So thank you so much for your time today, Ms. Joseph, and we'll talk to you in the future. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Mr. Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, I don't know where you are or what you're doing right now. It just seems like your weather getting better and better.
That sun hitting a little different, man.
Hey, look, man. It look like the weather that got better and better in the last
It took
30
out
minutes,
better.
bro.
Look, my
Hey,
forehead
look.
started to sweat a little bit. That's all. I was saying.
Hey, look, man. I want to thank you so much for tapping in with us
Yeah.
from the most beautiful place in the world, obviously. I want to give a
Hey.
huge shout out to Miss MarSha Joseph for sitting in with us, man. We had a
Definitely.
great show, man. I want to thank you so much for connecting our audience with Miss Joseph.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, is there any final things you want to say to the audience, man? Is there anything that you want to share? Is there anything that
You
on
know,
this
I
weekend
tell
in the
her.
world of the Texas real estate?
You know what? I just wanted to again give everyone a consistent invite out to tomorrow's event. If you don't see the address, then make sure you text one of the realtors or even reach out to us at 281 665-8329 if you don't see the address, so you know exactly where you're pulling up to. And that's just it, man. Just excited about just being able to celebrate, man, and just saying that I've been in the industry that I've changed a lot of lives in, not only as first time home buyers building wealth for their families, but also dealing with realtors and teaching and coaching them how to go out and be successful and changing the lives of their families as well. So just with that being said, I want people to come out, man. I want people to make sure that they like and share the podcast. I want them to understand that this is fruits of labor, man. We bring people to you that we know can plant that seed to give you another opportunity or another way of looking at life and changing as well.
Hey, look, man, that's a great message. I hope everyone in the audience heed the Texas Real Estate King's advice. Hey, look, on behalf of Mr. Larry W. Brooks, my name is Ric Davis. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Until this time next week, man, everyone in the Prime Real Estate Network audience, please be safe and be blessed.
Be blessed.